7 Signs of Abuse in a Narcissistic Relationship. Today, we will be looking at the 7 signs of abuse in a narcissistic relationship. If you have been trying to learn more about whether you're in an abusive relationship or dating a narcissist, then this one's for you. Falling in love might be one of the best feelings on the face of the earth. Everything appears to you through rose-tinted glasses, and there is a zoo of butterflies and all sorts of winged creatures fluttering through your stomach. The first few weeks or months are nothing but pure bliss. But as time passes by, you might notice that your once perfect partner has started to show signs of change. Whether it's a change in intonation, speech, or behavior, abuse can present itself in a number of scenarios and ways. Throughout this video, we will be sharing the 7 signs of abuse in a narcissistic relationship, along with tips to get yourself out of the rut. But before we get started, please remember to take a quick second and support our content by liking, subscribing, and turning the notification bell on. This helps us create more videos like this for your entertainment. If you're all set, then let's get started. Number 1. They are gaslighting you. One of the most obvious signs of abuse in a narcissistic relationship is gaslighting. While this often passes a lot of victims by, it is clear as day to the outsider eye. Therefore, you might find that your friends and family often remind you of how your partner is an abuser. Your first response to hearing that the person you love is an abuser might be denying the fact or defending your partner. This is completely valid and normal, considering that you have had quite an amount of time to normalize and internalize toxic behavior. But it's also important to hear other people out for guidance. Keep in mind that you're not surrounded by enemies. Your friends and family members only want to protect you from people who treat you badly because they know that you deserve good things. So the next time you encounter a negative comment about your significant other, instead of rising to the occasion and defending them to whoever is in company, try and evaluate the situation. Take heed of people's warnings and try to see if you are dating a narcissist. If you don't know how to pinpoint the behavior of a narcissist, stick around until the end, because we will be going over common narcissistic behavior in detail. If you feel that you need more information, feel free to check out our other videos for guidance. Number 2. They are in denial of their abuse and toxicity. Abusive and narcissistic people are often toxic to anyone and everyone around them. They do this so subtly that when you confront them, they can deny the behavior with full confidence in their voice. This could easily throw you off, but to save yourself from the vicious cycle of narcissistic abuse, you have to stand your ground. Always keep in mind that an abuser and a narcissist will most definitely turn things around by denying their faults and pinning the blame on you instead. At such a point, you will have 2 options. You can either choose to let them get to you and bring you down with their nitpicking, or you can build your mental walls up so strong that they're vilifying boomerangs right back at them. This might make them more defensive, and maybe nothing pisses a narcissist off more than someone they could not manipulate, but that is exactly how you turn things around and save yourself from the loop of abuse that you have been putting up with. If you need some space, try spending the night with your colleagues and friends. Maybe drive home or grab an Airbnb if you are able to do so. The main point here is to take some time to yourself and be alone with your thoughts. Then and only then can you truly evaluate how you feel. So this thinking space is absolutely necessary for you to create. But if you aren't able to spend the night apart from your abusive girlfriend or boyfriend, at least take a walk to clear your head. Sit at a park or drive around if you have a car. You will end up feeling much better. Number 3. They are trivializing the trauma, the abuse, and the fights. Going through abuse and other traumatic experiences can be extremely straining on your mental health. What makes this worse is to constantly relive the event. This happens because your traumas get triggered upon experiencing similar events or being subject to seeing or living with the same person who abused you. But it becomes a whole new level of problematic when the abuser starts to trivialize your feelings or the fights, abuse, and their own toxicity. They could chalk it up to a joke, saying things like, "You have a terrible sense of humor. I wasn't even being serious." Or, "Could you chill out? It was just a joke." Sometimes they could even claim that your narrative is incorrect, that they never did such a thing, and leave you to look like you just cried wolf. If any of these things line up with your current partner, then the chances of you sharing your life with the narcissistic abuser are pretty high. Because it is common a narcissistic trait to spin things around and shed the blame, leaving you to feel guilty for something you did not even do to begin with sounds scary, doesn't it? Sadly, this is second nature to abusers, especially since most of them are narcissists. There is no one way to stop this from happening, but your best bet should be to keep your loved ones closer than ever. The people who know you best will be more likely to stand by you throughout this difficult path in your life. Talk to them, let them know what you are going through. Victims of abuse need a strong support system to survive the experience and come out stronger on the other end of the tunnel. The less you deny the help, the sooner you will start to feel confident about your decisions. Number 4. No problem telling you white lies and being incongruous. Best known for their lying and manipulating traits, narcissists are often incongruous. This allows them to move as they please without you suspecting much of anything. By telling you simple lies, they are able to change your thought patterns in a sly and slow manner. That's why the inserted thought patterns are hard to remove, and survivors of narcissistic abuse often end up needing therapy. As a result of putting up with this kind of behavior, you could have trust issues in the long run. To avoid this problematic outcome, you need to identify the narcissistic behavior as soon as you can. Even if you cannot say it to your partner's face at first, know in your head that the things they say and do are not accurate representations of actual situations, nor do they define you as a person. The sooner you are able to identify the narcissistic behavior and therefore the narcissist, the sooner you will distance yourself from that environment. So it is of utmost importance that you take action when you start noticing signs of abuse, whether it seems narcissistic or not. Most people use little tests to identify certain behaviors in their partners. By evaluating their reactions, you can get a pretty accurate reading of their ulterior motives. But you must remember to be objective at all times, meaning that you shouldn't directly put them in the wrong box because of a fight that stemmed from some misunderstanding. While keeping your partner in check, you should also keep your own mental health and emotions in control. While it's hard to do in emotional situations, sticking to rational thinking is key. Do you act based on emotion or rationality? Let us know in the comment section below. Number 5. They know exactly how to manipulate your feelings. It's normal for a partner to know you like the back of their hand. Taking the time to learn the quirks and thought patterns of a significant other is common ground in every relationship. But it all boils down to how this information is used by your boyfriend or girlfriend. Narcissistic people tend to use this information to abuse you. They know your fears, your favorite things, and what gets you emotional. All they have to do is to start pulling on the right strings. From that point onwards, manipulation becomes as easy as a counting sheet before you go to bed or reciting your ABCs. If the narcissist is good enough at what they do, you might not even notice that you are being manipulated and therefore abused. You might think that this is the regular dynamic of a relationship, especially if you have not exactly been in healthy ones before. So the next time they try to threaten you, stop for a second and breathe. While it may not seem like you are in charge, only you can have the ultimate say on what you will do. To quote the common phrase, you wouldn't jump off a bridge because someone told you to do it, right? If you don't end up acting in line with what they want you to do and they use physical force on you to get what they want, then seek help immediately. Not only is the physical damage solid proof, but it is also a clear wake-up call that you should not be with the person in question. So get out before it gets too late. Number 6. They accidentally walk back into your life and love bomb you. Another thing that narcissistic people will do to abuse you into staying within orbit is to accidentally slide into your DMs or shop at your regular spot. While they might do their best to make this seem like a pure coincidence or even swear up and down that they didn't mean to call you that one time, the truth is they probably meant it. Narcissists never do anything without thoroughly planning it first. So if you stumbled into your ex in the parking lot, it is more of a red flag than a coincidence. You might find yourself prone to believing in their seemingly genuine and casual attitude, but let us be the ones to tell you that the chances of them being genuine are slim to none. Number 7. They trigger insecurities in your subconscious by giving you half-hearted apologies. If you are the type of person who easily doubts their actions, then it is likely that your narcissistic abuser has noticed this. Once a narcissist catches wind of your insecurities, they will build up on said insecurities to get you where they want you. One way of how they do this is by giving you half-hearted apologies. This is something that could come off as a genuine effort at first, and you might even give them extra credit for trying so hard, but what they are actually doing is feeding your insecurities by making you doubt yourself. These half-hearted apologies are a gateway to clouds of doubt. They can leave you thinking that your abuser is right, but you should remember that falling victim to their dirty tricks isn't something you should blame yourself for. Healing will be right around the corner once you make yourself aware of this and start working on yourself. And that marks the end of our video. If you enjoyed watching this, then be sure to let us know by giving us a thumbs up. Want to be the first to know when we have a new video? Then turn on the bell to be notified every time we upload one. Finally, if you're looking for something to binge on, you can click on the video that's currently on your screen. We'll see you in our next video.